Jesus, greatest, highest, I will come to thee.
How many times have you had someone show you great compassion? Maybe someone gave you the benefit of the doubt even though you were known for doing bad things before. Maybe when someone saw you struggling with life or the passing of a loved one, that person put his arm around you and said encouraging words or was just there for you. Hopefully everyone has experienced such compassion and encouragement in their lives. Being compassionate and encourager are qualities Christians should learn to have. A great example of this is Josie's. Unless you have a great memory for obscure names, you probably will not recognize the name Josie's. However, the following verse will make you realize that you do know who this man is. Acts 4, verse 36. And Josie's, who was also named Barnabas by the apostles, which is translated son of encouragement, a Levite of the country of Cyprus, having land sold it and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. The Bible is full of men who went by more than one name. Many times a person's name reflects his characteristics. The apostles were so impressed by this man that they called him Barnabas, which means son of encouragement. Though he made a great sacrifice and sold his land and gave all the money to the apostles so it could be used for the work of the church, I do not believe this is why he received his new name, because many Christians during that time made great sacrifices with their possessions. I believe he was given that name because of his actions and his words. For example, when Saul was converted to Christ and made his way to Jerusalem, the disciples were scared of him. They thought he was just trying to pull a trick because Saul had wreaked much havoc on the church. However, we learned that Barnabas gave Saul the benefit of the doubt and even took him before the apostles in Acts 9, verses 26 through 27. I could just imagine how Saul felt when no Christian would believe him. Granted, they had good reason to be cautious, but they should have given him a chance like Barnabas did. As Christians, we should not be so quick to think that people cannot change their ways. We have our own struggles in different areas, and we need to think about how we would want someone to give us the benefit of the doubt that we had changed our ways. It's important that we have compassion for those saying that they have changed and do what we can to encourage them to stick to it. Another example from Barnabas was after his first missionary journey with Paul and John Mark. We are not told why, but John Mark left the missionary journey early. Whatever the reason, Paul did not think it was wise to bring him along on their second missionary journey. However, Barnabas was determined to take him along, Acts 15, verses 36 through 39. John Mark was Barnabas' cousin, but we see once again how he was unwilling to give up on one who fell short. He wanted to give him another chance. Later, Paul recognized that Mark was useful for the ministry, 2 Timothy 4, verse 11. So let us not give up on those who fall short. Let us be the kind of Christian who has compassion on them and will encourage them to try again, because they too can become useful to the ministry. No matter what area we show compassion in or use to encourage others in a positive way, we are doing exactly what a Christian should do. Colossians 3, verse 12. Therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on tender mercies, kindness, humility, meekness, long-suffering, bearing with one another and forgiving one another. If anyone has a complaint against another, even as Christ forgave you, so you also must do. But above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfection. This does not mean that we are to be gullible or allow people to walk all over us. Instead, as Jesus said, therefore be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Matthew 10, verse 16.